G'day everyone, welcome to the week 4 of footytipstv.com. Just to clear up for everyone, I'm Jimmy Smith.
I'm Lana Taylor.
And for everyone else at home who's wanting to follow the cumulative scores of Lana and myself, how are they going, Lana?
Well, Jimmy, I believe when I last checked, I'm coming equal first. Where are you coming in the ladder?
I'm equal 21st. Oh. But there's 50 people, so there's a lot of people involved in that. But 4 points behind Lana, and yes, last week she got one more than me again. But this week I remain very confident. This is my week.
You need to, Jimmy. You need something to allow you to wake up in the morning with some sort of hope.
Right. Well, my hope is Friday night, and that's game 1. It's on Channel 9 at 7:30, the live game. It's the Rabbitohs taking on the Bulldogs out at Telstra Stadium. It's going to be a huge crowd. Lana, how do you see it? Or do I need to ask?
I've got my gear on. Jimmy, they're undefeated, the Rabbitohs, and for me, it's the way in which they've got those victories. Their victories have been emphatic, dominant, defiant. That's what's impressed me. This will be their hardest game without a doubt. Sonny Bill's back for the Dogs. Yep. Willie Mason's fired up. I think it's going to be a smash and grab attempt. No
Marco Mealy, so that takes a bit of smash and grab out of the Bulldogs. I admit that, but that's offset by Sonny Bill coming back. The thing I like about the Rabbitohs victories is that there's no reliance on one player. There's a contribution from a number of players. It's Peachy at the back, it's Williams at halfback, Merritt scoring unbelievable tries, and then you've got the forward pack who's playing so well. I still think we've got to see the best of Roy Asotasi in red and green, and against his old club, it might just be the way to do it. In saying that, I think the Bulldogs love an occasion like this. They love a big game on a Friday night, and that's when they play at their best. They haven't played that well. They beat the Titans. They ground out that victory. But I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to see a good performance from them on Friday night. I'm going to tip the Bulldogs.
Well, I think it'll be Easter bunnies all round. I will be tipping the Rabbitohs.
The other game on Friday night is out at Aussie Stadium. It's the Roosters and the Broncos. And, of course, both sides are winless at this stage. And for my mind, Chris Anderson, he's put so much pressure on his players by what he said after the previous game.
Well, I mean, I'm not really sure on Chris Anderson's strategy, but for mine, a leader needs to provide hope, and he's not providing hope at the moment. I don't see him taking the team forward. It's unfortunate. You know, we got last versus second last, and I think that the Broncos have simply got more to offer. Yeah,
more points in the Broncos. They were pretty poor last week, and Chris Anderson said they put their hand up and didn't try. So I'm going to go for the Broncos in the other Friday night game. Saturday night, we go to Energy Australia Stadium. It's the Knights up against the Storm, and the Knights completely out-enthused last week against the Raiders.
Absolutely. I mean, Joey Johns has come out saying it was one of the worst games of his career. I'm sure he's filthy on himself. It would really test his relationship with Brian Smith as well, because it's all been roses so far, apparently.
Yes.
But I think the Storm, still hot favourites. I can't go past them.
Yeah, Billy Slater was outstanding. They just got points in them all over the paddock. They play the game so quickly. I think the Storm will do the job on the Knights up there at Newcastle. The next game on Saturday night, the first 7:30 game, is the Cowboys up against the Tigers at Dairy Farmers Stadium. And the Tigers, how on earth did they lose to the Eels? They did. They're yet to get a win.
Yeah, they had every opportunity to win that one, and they couldn't convert. I mean, you've got to look to the halves in that situation to probably take out a game like that. Benji Marshall, John Morris couldn't do that. And I think that, who are they playing again?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
If you want to talk halfbacks.
How could I forget? That's what I was going to say. I cannot get over how hot Jonathan Thurston is as a player. I think he's clearly the best player in the game at the moment, and I think he could go down in history as one of the greatest ever. So I'm tipping the Cowboys.
Here. The way he played against the Dragon, unbelievable.
He's unstoppable, and he can do everything.
Cowboys for mine in that one. The other Saturday night game, it's the Eels up against the Raiders. That's at Parramatta Stadium, and for my mind, I'm not convinced about these Eels.
No, I'm not either. I think they struggled to an ugly win against the Tigers. Still got a good lineup, but I'm just not sure everything's gelling. I think Eric Grothe will be back this week.
Yeah.
But I'm still not confident in them, and I was impressed by what the Raiders did. I will be tipping a Raiders victory here.
The Raiders have unearthed the superstar. I know he's been
Zillman?
Well, he's a very, very good player.
Carney.
Todd Carney.
Yeah.
Watching him play on Monday night, he was in everything. He was absolutely superb. I know he's been around for a couple of years, but I'll tell you what, this kid has gone to a new level. And on the back of that, and with the enthusiasm that these guys like Zillman bring and Michael Dobson, they're all young fellows who playing excellent football. I'm going to tip the Raiders in that one as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're outsiders with the bookies too, so you can grab some money there. Sunday afternoon, let's go to a great game I'm looking forward to over at Brookvale Oval. It's the undefeated Manly Sea Eagles up against the Warriors. How do you see it, Lana?
Well, still no Orford, and Menzies back in the side, but the Brookvale advantage, they are very good at Brookvale, and I'm still not convinced of the Warriors away from home. So I found this one probably the toughest game to tip, but I'm going to err on the side of the Sea Eagles here.
That's the side of caution, I'd have thought. what too. I actually think the Warriors did very well against the Storm last week. That was a high-quality game. And I tell you what, they play everything really quickly, the Storm, and the Warriors were able to match them to a degree. They just don't have those try scorers that Melbourne have, neither do Manly. And as a result of that, I'm going to go for the Warriors away from home. So there you go, different tip. Panthers and the Titans on Sunday. And of course, this is where the grind starts for the Titans, isn't it? Week 4 of the competition, and it starts to get a little tough.
It does get tough, and I think that the Panthers have really put in some good performances. And out at CUA Stadium at Penrith, I'm not convinced that the Titans can do it. I think the Panthers are very strong, and I will be going with them. The Titans are still a real mystery combination for mine.
Bit of a mystery and great back row for the Panthers. I'm going to go for the Panthers as well. Monday night, you'll hear it on Triple M 104.9 in Sydney. It's the Sharks up against the Dragons, the local derby at Toyota Park. And this is a couple of sides who struggle to score points.
They do, and I think for mine, the Sharks on the weekend actually let in, I think, far too many points than they should have. Their defence was not where it needed to be. Ricky Stewart said so. And I think that still no Adam Dykes in the team, not that I know that would fix what's not quite right there. And the Dragons, Ben Hornby, Matty Head.
Yep.
Too strong, got to go with the Dragons.
Matty Head underlined how important he is to the Dragons last week. When they scored their first try, he just got them back on halfway and said, basically saying, well, this is how we're going to win it. And that's exactly what Nathan Brown needs on the field. He's going to be so important for them, along with Ben Hornby, quality halves there. I still think we've got to see the best of Brett Kamali in 2007.
Yeah. We've been waiting a while.
Look, I'm a fan of his, and I know it's around the corner. It's just up to Ricky Stewart and I guess Brett Kamali to get that great result out of them. In saying that, I want to make special mention to the two Morris twins. Only the third ever set of twins to play for the same side in a first grade game. So good luck to them. Good luck to the Dragons, because I think they're going to win it.
Yeah, agree.
And you got a tip?
I do. The best mind-altering drug is the truth.
Well, you can't handle the truth, Lana. I've also got a little
You can't handle the truth, Jimmy.
I've got a little tip as well. It is better to pick a battle. Pick a battle.
Big enough to matter,
Lana
small enough to win. I had to give him that one, and
which
he's
means
butchered it again.
I'm going thumb wrestling with Lana after the show. Until next week, see you later.
See ya.